Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team
I don't like
ban.
dad metal.
I wonder if this...
Dire team ban. Dire
All
team
right.
pick.
Well, change. So it's been the Crystal Maiden Doom, and oh, daddy, there it is.
Wow.
Radiant team pick.
I think it could be pretty good, but I do have some concerns. What Kevin was talking about earlier with the whole experience change in neutrals. I don't know what the build is though on this hero anymore. I don't know what you get.
10 seconds remaining.
Is anybody? I would as
5
well.
seconds remaining.
Okay.
Reserve time.
Spirit Breaker.
Dire team pick.
Imba Spirit.
Armor.
Radiant team ban.
Yeah. I didn't think they would value this so highly. It's weird. But this is a hero they love playing. Nisha's Ember Spirit. He played it yesterday. He did very well despite not winning
10
against, I believe it was
remaining.
NP. He did a pretty damn good job. So I think that
remaining.
they've got some comfort picks to start things off. And so do Danish Bears. They have the Spirit Breaker as what I would imagine the 4 position now. So this
Dire
Clockwork
team
looks more
ban.
like a 3 for Hesty Joe, which is exactly what I want to see from them.
Yeah.
I feel like that's one of their best
I mean,
heroes.
So Spirit Breaker, he beats pretty much everybody in the early levels, right? Nobody really wants to go blow for blow with him. But Doom, 0 armor, I mean, that's just...
10 seconds
That's somebody Spirit
remaining.
Breaker can very reliably pick on, and also someone that needs that
5
early momentum,
seconds
right?
remaining.
However, the thing about Doom, we've seen his Devour changed a lot. And now with the jungle camps
Reserve time.
spawning more frequently, I want to believe that there might be a world where Doom has some options, but I'm
Radiant
skeptical.
team ban.
I think everybody is. I'm not.
Dire team ban.
It's true. I mean, can you build an item that just breaks Lincoln's? Just so. I don't know if it was. What about Halberd? Is Halberd any good now?
Radiant team
I mean,
Yeah,
pick.
I mean, I know
it's a-
Halberd is a good item. I mean, but for a Doom in particular.
It's a good Lincoln's Breaker, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it has a pretty long cast range. It's relatively cheap, gives you a lot of
Dire
utility,
team
easy
pick.
build up for the most part. Well, here's a hero against Doom, I suppose. You can steal the Doom.
No, I don't believe so.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure
Purge
you
would
can't.
probably know best out of all of us, but I think it's one
pretty
of
sure you
those,
can't.
one of them auto-cast things.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, all right then.
Reserve time.
Just ending the game. Yeah.
I won't lie. I would like to see Doom win. It's a hero I'd like to see do well.
Man, can you imagine 747 losing on his first big land? I believe this is his first big land.
Could you imagine 747 losing to Doom on land? No, Mott, I can't.
Well, you're going to have to.
I actually, if you had told me that before this, I put $100 on this. I'd be like, you're crazy.
Well,
You're crazy,
do you want to
man.
still put that $100 up?
No,
Okay.
I don't. Singularities, I mean, they're on it. They were looking a little sloppy last game. They're not polished, but they've got some skills, man.
They
And
certainly do.
so far, every game we've seen from them, they've given their enemies a run for their
Radiant
money.
team pick.
Yep.
The Singularity lost. That was it. That's what they were missing. Let me ask you. Shannon, let me ask you. Is
10
Doom a fire
seconds
hero?
remaining.
I mean, he has Infernal Blade. He has Scorched Earth. So, yes. All right. Good. I'm glad we're on the same page here.
Dire team pick.
No, not at all. You validated me. That's all that matters. Yeah, it sure did.
Whoa.
It sure did.
But again, multiple Infest Bomb
5
carriers,
seconds
Spirit
remaining.
Breaker, and the Clockwork.
Reserve time.
Right. I don't know, man.
Weaver.
Radiant team ban.
Well, looks like that's not going to
That's not
happen here,
happening.
Suns fan.
What about the offlane Doom, though? Is that a thing still?
10 seconds.
Great
remaining.
answer.
Great.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll destroy him for sure. Lifestealer, Rubik, Spirit Breaker.
Reserve
Good
time.
luck against those heroes, even with Scorched Earth.
Dire
Okay,
team
well,
ban.
This is a great fifth ban from the Danish Bears, though something Singularity did play
they did
against
that.
NP.
Yep. yesterday.
Notoriously quite good against the Lifestealer, of course, locking him down through the
10
magic
seconds
immunity.
remaining.
Yeah, so Bane would have been good, but what else is there against the
5
Lifestealer? And more
seconds
importantly,
remaining.
like Spirit Breaker and most of these heroes as well. Like what is that good lockdown? Maybe some armor reduction you're looking for.
Reserve time.
I don't know. Maybe Bench? And I don't know. Maybe there's something to synergize with the Doom. I have no idea what you pick here for Singularity with the last pick.
What if I told you Intel
What?
was faking a new processor?
Tell me more.
I can't even do it with a straight face.
What's it
God
called?
damn it. It's called the i97.
Okay.
And it'll be out soon. Whoa, here we go.
Dire
Good
team
fifth
pick.
ban from Team Singularity. It's the pretty lady, the Queen of Pain. Ah,
Yeah, they buffed him too.
10
No.
seconds
Um,
remaining.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe with a push trap, but that's not happening.
5 seconds
I mean,
remaining.
is it the worst though? Lifestealer, it's a little hit or miss. You think of the Nether Ward as things that Pugna counters. We also have to think
Reserve
about
time.
the ethereal form. What's it called? His the thing that decrep. That's it. Decrepify. Yeah. I mean, buffs up damage, but it also
10
stops Spirit
seconds
Breaker from getting
remaining.
bashes. You know, Lifestealer, he rages himself. You can decrep
5
yourself, and
seconds
then he can't
remaining.
auto attack
Still
you.
feel like if you're on Singularity and you pick it, you just get charged. with those
Radiant
shots.
team
It's
pick.
Yeah.
not fun.
It's tough, but here you go. Perhaps a better support in this situation, the Witch Doctor. So a lot of sustainability now.
Yeah, you were talking about mid for Danish Bears. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
10
well,
seconds
Maybe we'll see
remaining.
another crazy hero here for 747.
5 seconds remaining.
I was thinking about that. There's a good chance.
it's actually,
Reserve time.
yeah, you're right.
Well.
It's kind of a brutal TA game. They might consider Lena.
Ooh.
They did play it once already.
Yeah, they owned with
OD,
that too.
OD also not banned out here. They might want something with a little more control.
Did you say Puck? Yeah. I think he's
I think he
anything
can.
player.
I think he can play
I'm
it.
pretty
yes.
sure he plays just about anything.
Invoker, I think, is actually not terrible either. They've got a lot of global presence with Spirit Breaker, Clockwork, Infest Action. It's greedy. Boy, is it greedy.
Mm-hmm.
But it could work, boys.
Let's see. I don't know, man. I'm very curious as to this last pick.
Yeah.
What they do. Yeah. Quap would have been really good.
I bet you he will not pick Storm Spirit.
They have a Lifestealer. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe they'll pick Storm Spirit. You've talked me into it.
I just think with the next bomb, you can never count it out. I do like Puck though a lot. I think that's a good choice. I thought Quap. I think Singularity banning Quap was really good. That was really solid. It was a good choice for them. They're taking their time, man. They're thinking about it.
They're thinking, Maud. This is their tournament life. Okay, 747's performance in this game could be what allows them to move on to the next round of the tournament.
Yeah.
This is. Yeah, would be a nice next game.
Storm Spirit.
Oh no.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with you too. You guys talked me into it. I believe in the 747 Storm. Okay, well that's it. We've got Annie and Purge again as we load into game. Bro, anything else, Suns fan? Do you have any other thoughts about this? No. Well, let's see. Maybe you're the good luck charm they need. All right. I'll hand it over to our casters now, and they'll take it away.
All right. Thank you, Zyori. We are in here game number 3. Like we mentioned, all on the line. One of these teams, it's their last game on LAN. Purge, how you feeling about these drafts?
I honestly don't know who's going to win. I think there's obviously advantages for both teams. The last pick of the draft was semi-predictable in that they did a mobile hero that ideally can evade like weak lockdowns and things like that, and they picked it. It's a Storm Spirit. May die though.
I mean, he wants to finish his mission. He went in there to ward, and by damn, he drops that last sentry. This time does get clipped by the cask. The body blocks trying to come in from Peytos. Looks like Searing Chains are going to be skilled up, and there's the damage they need. Ace trying to go for the body blocks, but only delaying the inevitable. Rubik goes down, but I mean, did get vision up.
Pretty solid actually, and we're going to be able to grab the bounty rune on top of that. I think the real mistake they're maybe making is that they...
Oh, Ace? He's in trouble. Yeah, that's a double kill, and that didn't need to happen. Ace went in a little bit of savior buddy syndrome to try to body block for the Rubik, but well, there's ample damage, and all of a sudden, this looks exactly like game 2 with 2 kills before the horn. The difference is up top, Hesta Joe and Noya trying to hold back here and at least get a bounty rune steal.
So I think the kind of the silly thing about the blocking is that kind of overkill to try to overblock a Doom like that. Like there's camps all over the map, and technically he can just let somebody else take the lane for 30 seconds, go somewhere on the map to grab a creep. I think it was really over enthusiastic to drop the sentry as well.
Yeah, it was just kind of he saw that Doom was coming for him and just kept on walking, kept on finishing his mission. But we'll see. Currently no D wards coming in. Our mid matchup here, Ember Spirit versus Storm Spirit. We got our Spirit brothers hanging out. What do you expect to happen here just in a vacuum?
In a vacuum, I would say it's pretty good for Storm Spirit because he harassed Ember at the last hit. Like cast capable. Very fruitful chains.
Not gonna latch that time.
Considering the fact that he got the double kill though, he's already got a magic wand to start. Pick up charges slowly, which may actually get one of those. Doom find a creep.
Hellbear Clapper.
Hellbear. Pretty good one. 15 attack speed to start. It's a D stable, but doesn't have the most mana, so...
Yeah, I mean, 747 already having a pretty tough time here, just having to focus his attention on going and harassing back the Witch Doctor, while Nisha just gets all the farm that he wants. Now, in the river here, charge coming in. Looks like Witch Doctor's going to take the long way around. Noya out of mana. Charge still on cooldown. Witch Doctor definitely playing the long game here.
You can kill him here. All depends if he passes.
Back towards mid, though. 747 gets super low. A low health Witch Doctor just teasing him. They are going to be able to go and break the salve of 747, so he's going to be sitting at low health for a long time. And Witch Doctor is still alive. Noya taking his time with that clarity, but canceled immediately by right click. So that Witch Doctor just makes some big moves happen.
Put some shoes on him, and this guy's actually pretty speedy. Doesn't have any cool cosmetics, I must say. Basically naked Witch Doctor, but yeah, the important thing is that he's faster than the Spirit Breaker, even against the Orb of Venom, and it cost Spirit Breaker a lot. They maybe honestly could have the Doom instead. They started off slapping Doom with the Orb of Venom instead he charged Witch Doctor. He felt like that was an easy kill, but I think they could have just ran Doom down.
How do you feel about Doom coming back into competitive? We've seen a little bit more love for him than in the past. Is this deserved? Can he really offlane with the best of them?
I think he can offlane. I'm not sold on him being amazing, and I think sometimes he can play 4th position, but the heroes you prefer to be against are kind of like squishy spellcasters like Witch Doctor, Lion, things like that. People that you can bully and don't take a huge amount of damage to kill. That's the way to play.
Alright, up top, K-Core gets trapped in. Hesta Joe, again, back on this clock. This is looking very reminiscent of game 1 of Hesta Joe just having a really easy time here, but this time K-Core not dropping, and they're going to bring an Exotic Deer for some more damage. Getting that stun onto Hesta Joe. He's going to wind his way into the trees, tries for the TP out. It's real optimistic. Does he make it? Oh, just a little bit shy of time there, but going to be some more good gold for that Witch Doctor, just starting to rake it in here.
Might have died anyways, just because Maledict was about to tick. They also killed Doom on the offlane. Not too surprising. Scorched Earth is not going to offset the fact that Lifestealer hits super hard physically. Doom doing his best to get 6 on a reasonable time, but Clockwork's obviously having a much bigger impact.
Yeah, this feels like such a good Lifestealer game. His team is just all composed of great Lifestealer vessels. He can go, he can hit the egg no problem, so that Phoenix shouldn't cause him too much trouble. I mean, what's the drawback here to Radiant's lineup? What are their weaknesses?
So if they initiate on Lifestealer and he's kind of in a bad spot, then he kind of just has to run. Yes, he can go Magic Use, and that's great and all, but if he's far away from the egg, he has to walk.
Oh, mid lane.
Let's kill the Ember. That's
Initiation onto 747. They burn up all his mana, trying to go in for those all-important kills on him pre-level 6, but not able to find what they're looking for with just a Witch Doctor and the Ember Spirit. He just kind of stands his ground as teammates come and TP in, so not finding any blood here. Bit of a fast start, but slow laning phase.
Doom grabbing another creep, putting it in his belly, goes back to the lane, but you just can't really lane this hero Lifestealer. There's some carries that you can abuse. He's got 0 armor, he's only got a Stout Shield. Poor man, so. Can't bully Spirit Breaker, kind of bully the Rubik, but he's been playing safe and mostly been in a 1v. So I just don't see the Doom being very effective here. Maybe if you got a different creep, the Alpha Wolf first, better at level. Forced to grab something else in that kind of crappy situation.
I mean, what's Doom's ideal game? How does he have the impact that he's looking for? Like, why did his teammates pick him? Is it just because he needs to get as fast to level 6 as possible and then cripple Storm? Oh, speaking of Storm, he's in some trouble here. Only level 5, doesn't have that ball lightning, and it looks like this time they're able to finish him off. Noya with a revenge charge coming in, does Nisha down to half health, but no more mana and no more damage to press forward. So good rotation in from Singularity.
An ideal Doom game is ideally pressuring the parry a little bit, maybe getting a kill on the or if you're in the roaming position, you can get a good roaming creep, like maybe the Mud Golem, or maybe the Satyr, but you don't really have the mana for it. He's just kind of in a weird position. So I think the way is just kind of get HP heavy. Like Vanguard, Crimson Guard has been pretty popular, maybe getting health creep at 10. That way you can just kind of stay alive and continue to disable.
Nisha, this time in trouble. Storm Spirit so close to that level 6, but not able to find it. Wants to stick around on the wave to get a little more XP, and now has his ball lightning. So ganking 747 going to be getting a lot trickier.
I mean, they've got 2 seconds of Searing Disable plus a cast. Definitely still kill. Maledict as well makes it easy-ish.
Looks like they're trying double damage rune spawns top, but not going to get scouted out just yet. So these two smoked boys just going to be going back and farming up. So currently in the farm game, our Ember Spirit topping out the charts. Lifestealer, even though he's having a really free lane, Doom not giving him much trouble. Still not number 1 on that last hit chart.
And he's okay. Doom kind of has this problem this game where love to Doom. Lifestealer, both Sunstorm probably are the big two. I'm not entirely sure that he's going to be... I guess he's going to be hard to kill.
I have a feeling Clock is dead.
He's going to go out fighting them.
Yep. Master Joe, he'll never just sit back and take it here. He's going to be burning low. Last Maledict finishes him off, but Ember Spirit's there to charge him with a Remnant anyway. And speaking of charge, down bottom, our Doom going to get locked out. He's level 5. They're trying to kill him off before that all-important ultimate. And it's taken them a while. He is so tanky. But finally, Ace finishes the job. He's getting closer to that Midas, but still a ways to go. He still just wants to sit back in this lane and farm passively. They should be able to find this tier 1 tower. K-Core and the Phoenix is nearby, but only level 4, so no threat of a supernova. TP in, the Weaver comes there, so there's more damage, trapping Noya in. He does have the charge out. He wants to try to make his way through, and he will be doing that, but the Swarm isn't going to do enough damage. That bug is biting, and it looks like he goes down. Can't make it to the Ancients.
Kind of a bad sign when you need your Weavers. They're just trying to kill the creeps here, so that actually might get killed. He pops out.
He's making his way through. Hesta Joe again locking down the Doom and the Cogs. Doom only level 5, so no threat of pushing in a little bit too far, but they got to make sure that everyone's still healthy and this is still a good fight, because it's wasting a lot of Danish Bear's time right now.
But it's also kind of wasted some of Singularities. I mean, it delays Doom 6 a bit. Popping Scorched Earth just fade with like tanky melee support kind of. His item build is fine here. He's gonna get phase. I haven't tried this build. Got nerfed. That was actually one of the biggest things there. Well, we'll see how this impacts. I want to see this work. I want to understand how Doom effective as a core. Not sold on it yet in a game like this.
We'll see. I mean, there's lots of good Doom targets like you mentioned. Hesta Joe potentially in some trouble here. There is going to be a charge onto the Witch Doctor. Hesta Joe still trying to make space and lures Nisha under the tower. Nisha now, no more remnants for him. They are going to be able to go and root Noya, who does go down. So once again, a little bit of save your buddy syndrome costing Danish Bears a life.
I think this Witch Doctor is playing amazing. I love how he's moving around the map. He's just got Maledict and Paralyzing Cask, and he's just making stuff happen. Like, Maledict is actually such incredibly strong skill damage-wise, and can the hero look? It doesn't matter if there's only one guy to throw a Cask at. It just amplifies all of the damage output that his team.
Yeah, playing really nicely with his core is just always where he needs to be, and we'll see if that keeps up. He is only level 4 at almost 10 minutes in the game, but that's what you expect out of a support that's just spending his time trying to make sure his cores are having an easy time.
Chose not to devour the Alpha Wolf. It's by far the best creep that you can get. Sometimes, most cases, even better. Opts to pass it up. He does pick up 6 though, so should see him try to get a kill pretty soon. And usually, Storm would be the ideal one, prevent him from ball lightning. But they could also try to set up a kill on life. So they bring a lot of damage as well.
Yeah, another big level 6.
No Witch Doctor ulti, no Phoenix ulti. They need something that can back up the Doom, basically.
We'll see. We've got Clockwork just kind of poking around here. No real Radiant Vision coming down on this side of the map. Just Clockwork exploring. Hesta Joe wants to show off that new hook shot. A fresh level 6 on him, and it looks like the target might be this Phoenix. Singularity, they've tried now twice to run this Phoenix, and no success rate just yet. We'll see if he's going to get pulled down here. Goes for the Icarus dive into that TP, and, well, hook shot to cancel it. They do now have the Phoenix locked down. Going to be rotating an Ace as well. He's not even needed for the kill as Clockwork just takes him out with that battery assault. Now, mid lane, there is going to be Storm Spirit going forward. He's getting low here. Are they able to turn this around? Oh, my goodness. Nisha's going to live thanks to this Witch Doctor who's playing out of his mind.
And the Doom smoke doesn't break, but actually quite nice. Could try to set up a kill now.
Top tower is under attack.
We aim for Lifestealer. They're going to need TP. Smoke's going to break on that speed.
Yep, they know someone's
First
nearby. There's
Right,
the
this will work
smoke.
out fine.
Yep. Noya, I mean, just scout it out. They want to go straight in. They do doom up the Lifestealer. No rage for him. Charge comes in. Noya going down fighting. The 3 remnants popped out trying to blast this Lifestealer apart, and he does end up going down. It's just going to be Noya TPing out, but some good picks by Singularity now.
They end up committing for the important kill. They didn't care about the Spirit Breaker. They just wanted to go straight Big Stealer. Even with rage, he still ensures drum on Doom, so drum phase. Lots of movements.
Alright, so Singularity definitely a kill lead, overall net worth lead a little bit in their favor. How does Singularity keep that up? How do they keep that gas pedal push? Just keep going for kills, or do they have to start moving as a group?
I think they can definitely take a team fight now. They don't have Witch Doctor ulti still, but they've got Supernova. The downside, the biggest downside especially, is that Doom is a really... So he can, as long as he ganks correctly, he can always get a kill, like what we just saw. But they're separated by over 2 minutes. Kind of comes down to Danish Bears respond in a better way in between those 2 minutes.
Storm Spirit in some trouble. 747 trying to zip back, but with the Maledict on him, it might just be too much damage. Phoenix Egg going to be going through. It looks like it will be taken out. So right now, just going to be a 2 for a trade. 747 finally goes down to the Maledict. And now, oh man, Paytos, he's just fighting through this. The Scorched Earth isn't going to get 2. Purge, eat your words about Doom being bad here.
Man, he got some levels and stuff.
Man. Ace, he's got to rage out just to make sure he doesn't die here. Oh, if that was a Geminate attack, he'd be dead. But the right click from this Witch Doctor, my goodness. This guy's playing so tight. Now, Noya going to be charging in, keeps the Weaver under tower, but there's nothing the Danish Bears can do against Singularity right now. They're just fighting as 5.
And that is one of the benefits to him, is that if you just stand there and use Scorched Earth and you don't die, then you're swinging a lot of HP, because you're getting 40 HP per second while also... you have to basically commit and kill the Doom. If you don't have quite enough damage, then things get really dicey like that. And because Storm lost all of his HP right at the start of the fight, which is basically just Searing Chains, Maledict, and a little bit of right clicks, they didn't really have the damage output that they needed to kill Doom, and they overcommitted. Once you get a kill like that as Doom, then it can kind of change. Like that. And Doom just came off cooldown. He's actually more ready to fight now than he was pre.
It looks like everyone's just going to be going and resetting, and Singularity going to be trying to keep this up. So, yeah, I mean, looking at net worth right now, our Ember Spirit still topping out the charts. He's been involved in a good number of kills now. 10 kills with his name on it.
That's actually insane. 2 of those were at the start of the game, I suppose. Gonna take the off-lane tower, the Radiant safe lane. It's pretty... Testing there. Radiant spotting up the tower to check to see if anybody's there. Very likely Danish Bears will try to take that as... Invis as well for doing this so good. I don't think he's gonna find them to go to dungeon.
Yeah, we'll see. It looks like that's where Singularity's moving in, just kind of taking over the jungle, dropping a little bit of vision as they go. And TP's into the tier 2. We'll see if this is scouted out. Doom just strolling forward. Scouts onto 2. Now, this is a really great position for him. He sees everything he wants. Is he going to jump onto 747? Again, got the Doom ready. There he goes. He goes straight in, and K-Core is there to follow up. Does get stunned. Will he get a chance to egg? It looks like the Phoenix Supernova will come out just barely in time. Meanwhile, over here, there was a Witch Doctor just channeling his ward for all it's worth. Rise now trying to run, but gets clipped by the Supernova Blast. His Scoochie ends, and meanwhile, Paytos just goes and finds another kill. Dominating streak. He does lose his life eventually, but wow, that was a great fight from Singularity. Just a great way to start it off with that Doom Invis rune, and it feels like Danish Bears just don't know how to react to this.
I was actually so lucky that he found that. Guaranteeing the fight starting like that is insane. Storm Spirit accomplishes nothing. He's disabled. He's hit from the back as well, which also creates confusion for the other heroes in the back line while the rest of his team goes in. And then the Phoenix gets the perfect supernova. All the pieces came together, and a lot of that came down to the Invis rune. They even put a sentry down, but he had already passed it. That was actually pretty incredible. Singularity now really launching themselves. It's now 2 Doom kills, and Storm Spirit going down there was very crucial.
Kill score now being doubled up. I mean, you look at this Ember Spirit on the dire side, and he's really starting to ball out of control. The Doom keeping his net worth pretty high for an offlaner as well. The Weaver's been quiet. Net worth kind of conservative. When does he start really coming online?
So Weaver in this game.
Yeah, right? He's doing all right for himself. 105. It's not like he's been feeding or anything, but just staying quiet, still working on that first item, Lincoln Sphere. Still a ways away.
It's pretty common for Weavers to have this kind of a slow stage. Just go to their lane, they quietly get their last hits, they try to get their survivability items, and maybe a bit later they build their Deso after. So he's just going to go... Like, basically the problem in this game, for him at least, is that Spirit Breaker is kind of hard to play against because Spirit Breaker will provide vision of where he's standing at all times. And Lincolns can definitely protect against that. It also covers against Storm Spirit. There's a lot of good solutions. Got to be kind of passive like this for a while and see him fight a lot more.
Yep, so again, tons of room to grow in this Weaver. It's already feeling like Singularity are bringing more damage to the fight, but now Rai's going to be going, and well, he's invis and drops out the Lifestealer. This Doom, he's going to get what's coming to him. 747 able to zip in and get credit for that kill, so some much needed gold going his way. Phoenix, though, going to zip in. Doesn't want to let this go without a fight. Looks like Witch Doctor's going to be able to go channel up a really nice ult. They lock Ace in place, and that's a dead Lifestealer, so they're going to be trading 1 for 1 there. Position 1 for an offlaner. Still a good trade for Singularity.
That was the downside of using Rage to help kill the Doom, that you didn't have Rage when the Maledict hits you. That's pretty guaranteed kill. Very good for Singularity. They didn't even all of their big ultimates. Supernova. There's a Midas recipe on the Phoenix as well that they're looking to be in a very good position. The downside though is that they're going to gain so much gold from all of these like Devour perks and Midas that any deaths that they do have is considering they have gank heroes, I'd say definitely better than Singularities. It just comes down to mid and late game maneuver. Spirit Breaker, the Clockwork, Lifestealer.
I'll take that.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of late game, if this does get dragged out pretty late, like game number 2, I mean, how are things going to change? Storm Spirit obviously going to be scaling nicely, but oh, see that from Nisha.
Radiant's top tower.
Just a charge in, Nisha able to dodge it. But yeah, in general, if this goes super late, what do we have to watch out for?
I would say it's pretty good for Supernova. Like, always can be effective. It kind of comes down to if you get Doom off on the right heroes.
There we go. Finally, Ember Spirit will get brought down. He definitely just kind of played with kindness there for a while, taking some dangerous maneuvers, but does eventually get punished.
Blown up is maybe a better way to describe that. Like, he just absolutely got chain stunned. They've got good solutions. They've got good spells to steal. They've got decent ways to scale. I mean, they're not going to carry as far. Very fine. Like, Life's good.
Ooh, Phoenix are going to tease up the Icarus dive, but able to hold him in with the Electric Vortex. He goes in for the Supernova, and with the Witch Doctor ulting, that's going to buy him plenty of time. So Phoenix is going to come out all restored and fresh. Noya burns down to the Sunray. Peytos gets credit for that kill with the Infernal Blade, but still, Singularity managed to make that at least an even trade.
Too bad, yeah. Supernova losing that a bit tough, I guess. A little bit too safe of play there. Put him both. I think he might have been able to get his ulti off in time. Could have been huge to kill the... Back to standard stuff. Push lanes, look for kills. Doom's maybe not feeling too pressured. He does show up to fights, which is good. He also bought very safe early game items. Ads. Helps make up for some of the hackings. And some... A Solar Crest next. Everyone.
So what does Doom want to be picking up into the late game? Like, once he's, 5 slotted, how does he really complete that as he make himself a big fighter?
Blink is always probably want something like a Shiva's Guard to help for armor lacking later, and also to give you a bit more mana utility. Shiva's is huge. KB in there as well. Blink, BKB, ulti, maybe a refresher, maybe an egg. Probably some of those things.
Mid lane, Icarus dive in. They use the telekinesis to hold back Nisha, but Rise still ends up getting burned. All the Dire heroes making their way in. They've got a sentry here. Hesta Joe waiting in the wings. And there's going to be a K-Core going in to try to D-ward. Hesta Joe makes himself known. And it looks like everyone's going to be backing off here, but Singularity, they will still take a fight if it's brought to them. They've still got Doom. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, 2 heroes trying to gang up on Nisha, but maybe deciding better of it. Exotic Deer in the area as well, so Noya discouraged from charging.
Yeah, they were a little unsure if he did, and they see. Never. It's been a while. Fight kind of a weak. Like all it's really taking is the Searing Chain. That's been really hurting Storm. Bloodstone first. It's been delayed enough that I thought.
Yeah, Hester Joe at least distracting the Ember Spirit here, but Ember Spirit's still going to dump out a ton of remnants, but it's just him versus the world. 3 heroes going in. There is going to be that double man chains. Clockwork does end up burning down, although the cask will not come in quick enough to stop the next TP, so just going to be a 1-for-1 there. Losing the Weaver, never ideal though. He just got totally picked apart.
Got a return kill. Really heavily.
Dire structures are fortified.
Oh, Ace.
Radiant's top tower is under
Ace has got his eyes on the prize here. Stays, rages to try to finish the tower. Doesn't end up finishing the tower, just channels up a TP. He gets out with the last of his rage, but the tower does get denied, so Singularity at least making a hold there, and now there's a big wraparound onto Noya.
Please, people, they nerfed Solar Crest. Stop building it.
Well, looks like our Spirit Breaker's rooted in place. He's going to try to charge himself away. Reinitiates onto the Witch Doctor, but can we give this Witch Doctor some sort of award right now? 7, 2, and 8. He is doing so well. Now, Clockwork lockdown. There's going to be the Phoenix Sunray, and this time Phoenix having a huge impact in the fight. Just making it feel like that Clockwork was absolutely nothing.
Andy's level. And the whitest.
Yeah, a lot of that was just because Weaver kind of rotated to that bottom lane pretty early, and Phoenix had a lot of solo time in the top while, you know, all the skirmishes were going down mid. And speaking of skirmishes, finally, there will be a drag back onto the Phoenix. Meanwhile, Ember Spirit isolated, so 2 important heroes going down. It's now just out to the Doom and the Witch Doctor to walk themselves out, and looks like they won't go and get that cancelled. Both able to go in TP.
Perfect fight for them. A great move there, grabbing the Phoenix on the back lane. That would have disrupted. Also killed the. And to make matters.
Jackpot.
At least until. Not going to be the same.
Yeah. Roche is, I mean, it's going down medium fast for how early it is in the game in this lineup, so 747 should be able to go and chip in. He's starting to do a lot of damage now. Swarm comes in. 4 heroes now dealing with a bug. See if they want to actually fight this, because the Roche is still about a 1/3 health. It's not going to be easy, not going down as quick as they want. They sent Hester Joe to try to zone, but that might just be too much for him. Cogs now down for another 10 seconds, and there's a Supernova right over the pit. Ace going to be going in, trying to get that down, but looks like the Supernova goes out, but the Radiant are starting to crumble. Once again, a great ult comes in from the Witch Doctor. Meanwhile, the Dire takeout Roche. 747 gets the Aegis snatch, so you've got 2 storms, but the fight's not over yet. They want to go back in on this Doom. They will be able to find that, but net in onto Ace. It looks like we are just going to have Ember Spirit trying to run himself out of here. Ember Spirit will get caught. That's a triple kill for Ace. Rise taking one for the team. Will eventually get finished off by the Swarm, but they're not going to let this Witch Doctor out now. Aegis popped as Storm goes in just a little bit too deep. And there will be that TP out from the Witch Doctor. Not able to get there in time. So very violent, bloody Roche fight. Lots of Singularity heroes end up dead, but they get the Roche.
Dire's top tower
A
is
slightly
under attack.
misplaced Supernova. He actually wanted the egg to be out and hit it. Instead, he was unfortunately on the inside. He got Fire Spirits, Life Stealer Rage. Then once the egg dies, everything got real sloppy. On the bright side, though, Singularity did get the Roche kill. The Aegis was by 7-4. I think that's terrible. Did get a couple. All without Doom.
Yeah.
Hanky? That might have been a... They're building being survivable.
747 ready to go in. Has that zip. Just going to unload it here. Doom now flatted down. Not going to get a chance to use that ult you were talking about. Witch Doctor going to be next on the menu here. So easy kills, 2 in a row now for Danish Bears. And the problem now, you talked about 747 getting that Aegis. Well, that prevented him from dying and losing all those Bloodstone charges. Now 22 for him. This Storm Spirit's getting a little bit crazy at only 26 minutes in.
Yeah, and all the magic damage. Like, Doom doesn't even look like he has any
Dire's
survivability.
middle tower has fallen.
Part of that is Dessa was well. Life shows hitting right now, and his armor is still not incredible.
That should help.
Rapidly, I feel like seeing
Gold for me.
5 to 10 minutes. It continue. Haven't really done that. Kind of been back farm. I feel like they lost a lot of grasp in this game.
I mean, what's going to turn that around? Is it really just kills? Is it Weaver starting to come online as a real damage dealer?
Kills is always ganking to your opponent's camp.
Yeah, Singularity. They're trying to make the moves here. Big smoke gank out. We'll see if they're able to find anything. Just dropping a little bit of vision as they go. Fresh ward up on that cliff. So Radiant, they're dropping some pings. Weaver's going to be showing. Yeah. Our Life Stealer, I mean, he's pretty huge right now. Going for a Lincoln Sphere. Pretty defensive item. It'll definitely help him stats-wise. What do you expect him to go for next?
Block Doom. After that,
Dire's
though,
top tower is under attack.
maybe like a lot of options. I think it
Regeneration.
difficult to look. All depends on.
Oh, nice dip in and silence. They get the hook shot as well. There's a charge coming through, so serious lockdown committed for this Ember Spirit. And is it going to pay off in the end? Ember Spirit's still alive.
Oh my God.
Just with a scratch of health. Huge turnaround there for Singularity, and Nisha lives. Oh my goodness. What a great reaction to that.
They did it so slow, but the Sleight of Fist, Fire Remnant. I thought the Sunray was way too late. Really well played there. Actually,
Yeah, I mean, there was so much committed for Danish Bears for that. They started out with Storm Spirit going in, dumping his full load. Clockwork followed up with a hook shot and a charge in. But somehow that combo lockdown wasn't enough.
Sleight of Fist and go invulnerable for half a second, and next moment he'll jump around with Fire Remnant and or Andy Lancerian. Well, Lightning. Maybe part of the problem is that got but antsy about the blade mail. Maybe should have jumping around.
Oh, speaking of jumping, looks like this time they'll find what they're looking for. K-Core might be a little surprise on top. Hookshot going to be going in. Once again, 2 heroes trapped in the cogs. This Clockwork is on a roll. And now Egg will be finished off. Nice ult being channeled up by the Witch Doctor, but he's not quite tanky enough. Ace changes focus onto him. The Glimmer Cape comes in, and they don't have vision, so Witch Doctor able to TP out, but it's really just damage control at this point. Exotic Deer just going to be trying to run, so 3 heroes dead. Could have been worse, but definitely a good fight for Danish Bears.
Is under attack.
The egg right at the start. And also the
Dire's top tower
different
has
gank
fallen.
basically. Jumped directly on top. I hit him with everything. Damage between 2. Ken got the +2 bounces now.
Stupendous.
And hold.
See no weaver.
They've gotta turn this.
Yeah, right now, I mean, we see Singularity give such a priority to the Phoenix. They've been picking it a ton in the last couple of months, twice already today. but it seems like these eggs are just consistently underwhelming. What do they have to combo them with, or how do they change up that Phoenix play to make it work for them?
The eggs have been semi-okay. There's been a couple. Very difficult when you're place it correctly. Fast in the dive. Do you land fire spirits on the important? But if you put it too far back, then they'll just definitely takes. Okay, it basically requires his team to facing the opponent, and he puts it in. They can't run, and
oh, well. No threat of an egg here. Phoenix goes down immediately. They're bringing Spirit Breaker in, focusing down these tanky targets. Doom out of the fight. No ult going to be spent from him. And they do have this Witch Doctor isolated in. Finally, a dust comes through. That Glimmer Cave going to not give them a problem anymore. So 3 heroes picked down. Great gank from Danish Bears. That's the time where they found exactly what they're looking for.
They're just getting completely... That's kind of the thing that's really... They don't have a hero like Clockwork that Jade people to stand... Danish Bears having those heroes difficult to play.
Flames will spread thrice.
There carries a Weaver who's
Never refuse gold given.
everything feels nice players for actually.
Dire's top tower.
Yeah, he is pretty large right now. Gonna be picking up the Monkey King bar next. It's like Ember Spirit threatening out a defense here. They're not able to take this tier 3 tower down all the way, but I like this play. Danish Bears not getting too greedy. Hesta Joe potentially caught out here. There is going to be a Doom rotating in. I sure would like to Doom that Storm Spirit, but he's already going to be far out. Hesta Joe burns the hook shot. I mean, he's going down swinging, definitely making some space for his teammates to escape.
Gold for my master.
Happen is that he balance solution, but he's just starting it. Maybe he shouldn't have failed. I think they'll. That's really what Phoenix is about. By a veil, you're delaying. It's that timing it. Get him survivable. They need item. Initiation skill. Not ready to fight.
Yeah, an opportunity may be coming soon as both teams gearing up for a big Roche defense now. Aegis and Cheese on the line here. 747 makes his way in. He is infested, so they plop out the Lifestealer, and it looks like this Roche might go down quick enough. Singularity taking their time in the pit. Hesta Joe once again zoning. They will get another Aegis for 747. And Ace is going to be backpacking the Cheese. Now there's the zip in, but Phoenix Sunray doing a lot of work trying to zone up the rest of the Radiant. The Dire, they're still standing strong. They are fighting underneath the Dire Shrine right now. Egg coming off from the Phoenix, and it looks like that will be enough to burn down the Clockwork. He goes out. It's only the Clockwork kill, and Radiant still get the Roche fight they were looking for.
Too bad for them. Definitely a worthy sacrifice for Nova as well.
I'll take
Him
that.
came out. Bloodthorns. Still a scary game for a lot of the safe right now.
Yeah, you can see the net worth climbing up and up and up in their favor. But Big Smoke can't come in. It seems like Singularity, they are not content just to sit back and see how this goes. They want to be the action makers. We'll see if they're going to start things off onto our Storm Spirit here. A difficult lockdown.
Yeah, they want to go on, but the position right now. Where's going to help?
Yeah, they go in. They do get that root just briefly, but the silence onto the Ember Spirit. Do they have the damage they need? Long range zip. Storm Spirit should be getting away here. Phoenix going forward, puts the Veil onto the Lifestealer, taking a ton of damage. Now Noya charging in. He's going to be seeing what he can do. Hookshot to reinitiate onto the Doom. They've got Hesta Joe going in again with the Cogs onto 2. These guys' Cogs are unreal as now Storm Spirit goes back in and starts kicking ass and taking names. He's going in 747 verse 3 right now, and it's still looking good. Now the Flare comes forward, and that Phoenix is just going to get dropped. Rise blinking forward, does have the Infest in him. Noya continuing that charge onto Nisha. See how Nisha's going to deal with this. Just sleight of fist, and wow, there they go. That is a dead Ember Spirit. Weaver, the only survivor, just has to sit back and watch his whole team die. 747 now with 24 Bloodstone charges, and they need buybacks. This tier 3 about to be going down. They're potentially going to be losing shrines and racks on the line here. Again, it's all down to this game. The loser of this game goes home. Exotic
Very
Deer.
difficult for Singularity to defend this. Do their best.
Shrine activated. Ace goes in. They want to try to take out this Doom. He is definitely not feeling as tanky as he did early on. It's taken them a while to kill him, but he does still go down. Exotic Deer, this Weaver, still trying to do what he can with very few items. Another initiation, another double man cogs. Glimmercate buying some time for this Witch Doctor. Will get clipped off right as he starts his ult. Phoenix ult does go off, so Supernova down. Didn't really do a whole lot of zoning there. 747 in some trouble, gonna leap forward and pop that Aegis. The rest of his team close behind, they get that call. It's time to fight. They lock Phoenix down, they interrupt his Sunray, and now it's just Phoenix versus 5. All of Danish Bears still alive, and now Singularity 4 heroes down without buybacks. Once again, it's just up to the Weaver, but it's gonna get even tougher. They're down a set of racks, potentially 2, and this Weaver is still only working with the Lincoln's Deso.
Almost no way that they don't get their second set of racks. Really very similar stuff.
Silence up on the Weaver. It's not looking like a long life for him. Oh man, Nisha, he's going down fighting. Nice sleight of fist. Will be able to go and finish off the Rubik, but well, they kill him off there. Immediate buyback from the Weaver, but it's just him versus the world. Exotic Deer, can he make enough space? Doom up in 10 seconds. It looks like Danish Bears are going to be content just going in and getting 2 sets of racks, but this makes Singularity's game just so much tougher. They're zipping back in. They're trying to blow up the Doom, and they get him down. That's beyond godlike for Ace. Witch Doctor to follow suit. Singularity are going to be tapping out. They are the first team we say goodbye to here at the ZOTAC Cup Masters, but just wonderfully played from Danish Bears. Super incredible synergy.
They did a really good job taking people. I think Singularity definitely took some bad fights, like the last smoke was probably more extreme. The angle they took was low chance. They basically committed to like a Doom that was low chances as well, and the Ember Syrian chain. So then it was, but I'm not sold on that Doom. That was not the way.